Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. We're playing as Soviet Russia in World War I. Last time around, we took out Finland. They had risen up, and well, I think the battle went kind of okay in terms of I tried to give it to them as much as possible, or I tried to make a scenario around them kind of storming my houses that I set up in. Unfortunately, they didn't really do that to the extent that I wanted them to, so yeah. Well, sometimes that happens. Anyways, we took them out. Now we need to take out the Ukrainians. That's what's up now. So if we go down, actually if we go from the top, we should go ahead and send the cannons over to Nikolai Nikolaevich. And we can take out the old cannons, so now we have new cannons, and he should make his way. Ooh, are those cannons are really heavy. It's gonna take us 1, 2, 3, 4 turns to get to it. Notice a very big difference once we actually enter into enemy territory. I can imagine maybe it's because, yeah, they haven't upgraded the trains that well. Well, that's a pretty good defensive strategy in terms of what they're going for, because obviously the longer it takes for me to pass through their territory, they can build up the defense in Konigsberg. I mean, 4 turns, they can, that's like kind of elite units and a lot of stuff. Looks like Poland isn't doing too well. There's kind of a lot of Austrians and Germans in there, holding almost every single town. The Poles are still happy though. Oh, they're running out of money. They're still pretty happy because they're resistant to foreign occupation. But it's not going well for them in terms of total growth because of the devastation of the army and food shortages. So in the long run, without any aid from anyone, they're going to fall. If we go over here, then there's another revolution or another group that is risen against the Ukrainians. What we're gonna do is we're obviously gonna wait until this one attacks the Ukrainians there, and then we're gonna mop up whoever wins. And with that, we've also, yes, I've also started sending some of my spy planes all over the place. Cannot see what the enemy has. I noticed there's a lot of Austro-Hungarians here. With starting to get some of the modern troops in among these armies. We can see something similar among the Germans, where they also have a mixture at this point. Ottomans, they've pacified the noble or the bourgeoisie up here, but the workers' class or the proletariat is still very unhappy with what's going on in Bucharest. So as I'm not going to really push towards Lemberg, I still want to be able to make that jump in one go. So what we're going to do is we're going to move forward and we're going to concentrate the army around this crossroad. This area will hold fine. We've got Red Guard ready to set up. Then it's over here, where last time I actually moved my troops forward and took out whatever held. I think I've already said that. I said that in the last video, I think, possibly. This troop is definitely gonna march forward. The cavalry is, however, waiting for this guy, which moved down to push out the Ukrainian fleet out of that port. And they also kind of need to wait for the artillery, and kind of odd how he... I wonder if I should put the... I want to keep the... No, what? You can hold this area down. 71. What does the Red Guard cost? 87. But the thing is, those Red Guards can actually be used to hold down this one, so it will not end the recruitment phase there. So with that, we've done all the moves we can. Hopefully we'll be able to move these guys out pretty soon. Or maybe even already now. Yes, we can. Make sure to recruit some Red Guards. And why don't we have the fleet pick these guys up? But we want to make sure first, I think we'll drop them off so they can get resupplied somewhere. We've got good resupply here. If I can put them off right there next to the British Navy, then they can march in land. Or maybe they can just stay in Finland for now. They seem to have pretty good replenishment rate. And then we can drop them behind lines somewhere. Gotta watch out for the German Navy, but that seems like a plan. With that, it's high time to end turn as we've exhausted all the moves. I also completely forgot that I needed to do some of the last technologies here. So we're gonna get war memorials, and I believe this is women's vote. So happiness for the workers class and morale in battle, I think that gives. With that, not that women's vote gives morale in battle, war memorial gives morale in battle, I believe. Or what does it actually give? Memorials, plus happiness for all classes, and 10 plus morale in battle. With that, let's go ahead and end turn. This was rather interesting. This is probably the first turn where Austria hasn't begged us to sign a peace treaty with them. Kind of unnecessary to even have this guy. Impending campaign deadline. Only 8 turns remain in which to achieve your victory goals for this campaign. History beckons, sir. Onwards to victory. Oh. How I can't make it. I can't make it in 8 turns. Let's go ahead and see. What is my objectives? So I need to take all this in 8 turns, which is impossible. I guess I missed the part here where it says early November 1918, but obviously we're not the. This is for the Russian Empire. So we're gonna just ignore this, but maybe still kind of speed it up. So, just as we predicted, the Poles have moved forward, and they are laying siege to the Ukrainians. We're gonna follow up, so we're just behind. But we're just gonna watch and see who wins, and whoever wins, we're gonna go in and smash them. Then this army is ready to jump over here. And that's an auto-resolve. Go ahead and actually get something done in this province. First country to ever spend money on the Moldovans. Oh, already there's a slight growth. 3 per turn. So that will hopefully increase as it go along. I think we'll leave the cannon with these guys and give the cavalry free rein to kind of ride around, and they're gonna go into Ottoman territory and raid, and then these 3 will march forward to take control of that region, and then up here we'll continue our advance on Konigsberg, and the navy sit right there. I think one more turn, then we can start shipping these guys out. Probably not try to land them on this side, even if I wanted to. Probably land them right about here, so they can speed run towards Settin. And kind of bypass the German strong point, which is about here. I wonder, kind of looking at this, they haven't really fought anyone here, so I'm wondering if the Germans are running out of money. Yes, bankruptcy. That seems to be a very common trait among a lot of these nations. Bankruptcy. Bankruptcy to the point where they lose 360 wealth per turn. And there's kind of a food shortage. This province is actually completely open. That's really interesting that the Germans are hemorrhaging money. I wonder then, let's see, do we have another aircraft? I have one over here, but maybe I want to keep that one next to Poland. The one that went into Hungary, let's jump over and see what the Austrians, how the Austrians are doing. Austrians are suffering from bankruptcy as well. Austria's bankruptcy is even worse. 600 wealth minus wealth per turn. How's it going for the Ottomans? It's similar there. Everyone's got god-awful... Everyone is bankrupt at this point. Which might mean not be that... like that big of a... what's it called? Big of a surprise. Given the war has gone on for as long as it has. And everyone's... Literally everyone is bankrupt. Poland is... Oh, Poland seems to have managed to get out of their bankruptcy somehow. Not entirely sure how. We can imagine that goes through for all these nations. I can't look at the the poor French. They have 2 territories in northern France, and then they have the island over here. But other than that, Italy has completely taken over them. With that said, let's go ahead and end turn and see if we actually can draw into battle somewhere. So the Ukrainians actually won the fight, but as we can see, they were badly bruised by that. And the province is still super unhappy. They didn't even make it back into town. We're gonna go ahead and smash them. And we're gonna go ahead and seize the town. We lost 300 men, and the enemy lost everything. And now Lemberg is under our control, and we'll turn this around. You know, at this point, with everyone else being bankrupt, it's kind of no wonder that we are moving as fast as we are, because we are actually gaining growth. And we're actually doing pretty well. We're gonna build a town here. Let's see. Yes, it's time to board the ships. And then... I wouldn't want to get too close, so I guess we're going roughly there, jumping off, and then taking Seton. That will also strangle... They have got one trade port over here, but they would almost strangle all the trade, or at least... the trade that go by sea, and that would even increase their deficit even more. Poor Austria losing 600 per turn. Luckily for them, they have 10,000, but certainly not a position you want to be in. I'm gonna go ahead and straighten this position out, and then we go down here. So we've got the cavalry. I guess these guys will march over here. The cavalry can actually strike towards this place. And lay it under siege. Or maybe move towards the Ottoman capital instead. They'll be able to quickly move there, lay it under siege. And then there are no armies close by, or at least that we can see. So it should kind of work, and if they want to sally forth, then surely I'll beat them. So the artillery keeps rolling after. We got these. We're gonna build a town. Gonna get a factory over here. Reconnaissance aircraft needs to go ahead and check out that area over there. And that's kind of all the moves we've made right now. Make 12,000. I could probably recruit another army around Petrograd. Okay, I can't actually recruit anyone here anymore. But we can in Novgorod. And we could ship that by sea as well. Oh yes, I should not forget to move here. And that means that we can move this aircraft forward as well. And that means that this aircraft can move forward. So we move the entire line forward. Get good view of what's going on there. And with that, we'll end turn once more. Our trade agreement with France has been cancelled. Probably because they've lost yet another territory. Junior officer's wife. Embarrassing cousin. Commissioner of Public Safety. We've got a little cruiser in the Black Sea. So all they have now in Normandy, so they lost the port over here. The Brest harbor was lost. So now we can no longer trade with the French. Why can't we trade through this? Or is that a military port? Why can I not trade with you, France? Their trade partners right now is Spain and Great Britain. What if I paid you to stop trading with the British and just trade with me? I have no possible... I can trade with Poland. Because that is my protectorate. But I don't want to. We're gonna declare war on them. But maybe not actually, because right now it's occupying tons of enemy troops. What we'll do is we'll move in if the enemy actually sees Poland. So this army, Bursilov, will move over the mountains and go for Budapest. This province actually holds... let's see, down here. Cannon join over here, and we march forward. Yet another revolution or attack by the Romanians. The enemy, or the Ottomans, have not really recovered. They're close to fully recovered. But yeah. Cavalry moving down here, and then the navy moving over there. And the general. Right, there was no other moves that need to be made. End turn once again. We've got aircraft, enemy aircraft detected outside of Vienna. Path blocked, yes. So there was an interesting occurrence here. So a new nation rises, Romania. And what happened was the Ottoman force actually moved out and took out the smaller force, but never retreated back to the capital. And so they were pushed out, and the Romanians took their place. Romania very unhappy with everyone, and they're certainly going to be very unhappy with me now that I declared war on them. And all my allies actually join me. So what a surprise. We're going to go ahead and lay this under siege. Look at that, Home Guard division. Armed citizen. Interesting Home Guard unit. Cavalry is going to lay siege to Istanbul. Lots of Home Guard. They very much outnumbers us. I wonder if we could actually hold that. Probably not. If they actually came, if push comes to shove. Make it through the mountains. Nothing really going on here. And then we're just about ready to strike at Konigsberg. And then the navy should drop off the army right over there. Would you look at that? And then we're 3 turns, still 3 turns to make it over there. I wonder if this will trigger the enemy navy to go ahead and attack us. What we do have is the battle over here, but I mean, I don't know if this is that cool of a battle. I would rather continue to hold the siege here and see what actually happens here. So we'll fight something that's a little bit more difficult. And I think you guys will agree, so let's end turn once more. Damn, the Poles! They are pretty darn good. The army that was situated here was attacked by one of the Austrian stacks, got defeated, and then this guy counterattacked and destroyed not only the Austrian stack but another German stack. But then again, I guess because there's so much underfunding because they're all hemorrhaging money, that a lot of these units are kinda getting destroyed sort of on their own. Let's go ahead and take over Konigsberg. That's an out to resolve. Very nice. Definitely need better rails here to get through. And then I think there's kind of an easy jump to go to the next one. Let's see. Ooh, these guys are pretty unhappy, but if we exempt them from tax, we can actually continue on. And then there's an easy jump over to Danzig. And then we move through here. I wonder if they actually would have gone for my navy if I had moved it through there. They don't seem to mind right now when I'm right here. But let's keep it intact. We'll move it back. We keep our troops here as before. We keep laying the siege over here. The Ottomans did in fact not go ahead and attack, which makes me a little bit of a sad panda. Looks like the battle's gonna be this one over here then, where we have this army attacking Danzig. And then we just claim a load of territories. I kind of also want to see what happens when we run out of time. I bet I will be able to continue, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and end turn. We're finally able to draw into a proper battle. I think this will be the first time we're actually facing off with the Germans. Their army has suffered heavy attrition though, just because they cannot pay their troops. Let's cross over the river and attack. They intercept us, however we did pass the bridge. And... oh! They've got tanks! I did not see that they've got tanks. Huh. This certainly will be interesting. Still, onwards, workers! Over on the right, we can see my redoubt that I've built on top of a hill right next to that road, and the idea was to hold that position. However, the enemy of course outnumbers me in terms of artillery, which means that we are gonna have to attack, which I was trying to avoid. Currently we're getting hit by... oof, we're actually getting hit by really deadly machine gun fire right now. And the problem with the pieces of artillery that I've brought to the battle is they can in fact not be moved. These German machine guns got us in a pretty darn pickle. I won't be able to reach them with artillery. We'll have to somehow kind of charge them down, but it was such open ground going towards them, and I have no cavalry or anything. They are inching forward towards us though. And we do have this hill in between us which we can use. So I'm thinking we're gonna move some units to be coming in from two different flanks with the engineers in the center. Hopefully the engineers will draw most of the enemy's fire, and then the Order of the Red Baron. The Order of the Red Banner will move in from the flanks and attack them. Have they started firing? No, they're still moving. Let's see. We are soon actually within reach of the light mortar unit. Let's see. Okay, let's send them forward. Go into the forest over there. You guys will move over there. And you will move over there. Here goes nothing. It's a lot of troops. Are they stopping to fire? They're pretty unhappy because they're all alone without infantry support. I'm hoping they're gonna completely miss the fact that we're charging forward. And we'll be able to shoot them down. They should notice though, because the mortars... Oh, the mortars are still going forwards? Oh, the mortars have actually rolled themselves into our range of fire for the heavy artillery. Oh, why aren't you guys shooting for the machine gun? Ooh, within seconds, in fact, we are able to destroy... Ah, it was just light machine guns, I guess. Well, suddenly everything is much better. Oh no, are they deploying their heavy artillery? Forward! We cannot stop. If they deploy their heavy artillery, or are they just repositioning? Yeah, they look like they're just repositioning it. They're not deploying as of yet. We need to cut down the heavy artillery, and over here is where they've got the female tanks. We're gonna somehow have to lure them into our artillery and our machine gun fire to actually be able to destroy them. Right now we're moving right in towards their flank. They've got so much artillery though. You can see the X dots on the map there. It's a lot of mortars and stuff. Hopefully this should work pretty well. Okay, so the first part of the attack is in place. Here comes the second part. There's actually no room for the engineers right now. Enemy general is the first one to fall here as the cuirassier unit falls to heavy fire. However, oh shit, we've got another cuirassier unit coming in. Target that one. I need the flank fire to start. I needed you guys to start firing like yesterday. Oh, we're not. Oh shit! The angle of the hill there. Luckily for me, the guys stopped short of actually charging straight ahead. If they'd continued that charge, they'd probably actually hit us. That could have been really bad. As the enemy's repositioning, so will I, or at least part of the line. And as this one's setting up to fire, this one will kind of move more towards this side. Right about now. Engineers will set up right there. Murderous fire from the hill up the flank of this 9th Regiment of the German force. The Germans are pulling back. We will follow. And we'll tear up the flank. It's a shame these guys don't actually have a red banner. The Order of the Red Banner should have at least one. Preferably, they should have like loads running about in the unit. In terms of morale, they're very unhappy, so I guess it's due to the fact that it's so late in the war. The thing is, they haven't done much. It's mostly the Italians who've taken over France, so I'm not entirely sure why the Germans have run out of money. But I guess parading troops back and forth across Germany is pretty expensive. We're cutting down the artillery pieces one by one here. And the infantry units are getting cut to pieces. Still though, like those tanks, I won't be able to... I don't think I can... Like if I concentrate all 4 units and everyone just... it'll basically be a machine gun. But the question is if I can actually cut down... Here we got some of the old German units. And here's the newer ones. And we've got Guard actually shattered and retreating. I wonder... Oh, I can hear the machine guns of the tanks going now. They're firing into the hill, I imagine. I can't see anyone dropping in any major number. I wonder, since this attack is actually going so well, maybe I should call on everyone to actually advance. And in case we need to pull back, we still have the machine gun. And we still have the artillery to protect us if we need to fall back to the redoubt. Because right now this is going really well. I want to attack their reinforcement route though. Preferably before they get into the forest. Forward, advance. Charge forward. Most of the German troops up here are retreating. It's down to kind of the artillery, the machine gun, mortars and so on. Still really lucky with the hill in the way there for the enemy tanks, so they aren't able to put down proper fire against us. And soon the rest of the army will be here, and hopefully we'll be able to concentrate enough rifle fire to actually destroy the tanks. I'm not entirely sure it will work, but I'm hoping it will. I'm wondering if I'm actually going to go too well here. Move slightly forward into an angle like that. If not, we could just charge the tank, of course. We are firing a lot against these mortars, but we're not actually being able to inflict any damage on them. You know what? Who else? Wait, is that another machine gun? Yeah, there's 2. Damn it. We'll close in from the sides at the same time as we've got the sailors now coming in. Sailors will be able to set up, come in from the back. Red Army infantry will set up over here. Do I dare charge with my elite infantry? How's it going out here? It's going fine right now. Okay, I want to make sure that these guys get a little bit more closer before we actually throw the elite guard into a bayonet charge towards the enemy's units there. I think we can make it towards the machine guns. Here goes nothing. Okay, the sailors need to advance right about there. Ish. The Red Army infantry. Well, it wants to about there. Hurrah! Da Stalina! Here comes the engineers, going for the mortars, and here come the Red Banner. Charging across, going for those tanks. And there's loads of German infantry here as well. And it erupts into a massive melee. But the war-weary Germans seem to be giving way. The machine guns definitely did. Continue the charge. And then the sailors here are shooting down anyone who's moving into the flank. Oh, they are breaking. They are breaking. With them breaking, we should move these guys a little bit closer. So these guys got shot down by the sailors and are fleeing. The tanks got overrun, and so did the rest of those units. Let's fall down the hill through the forest and attack the guys down there. So I was definitely worried about the tank, but the fact that they, as per usual, the AI kind of squanders it by poor placement. This one breaks even before the charging Russians even make it there. And this one as well. It's 50 men now chasing away like 300. And I'm pretty sure these guys will rout pretty soon as well. Oh, they completely just gave way. They're all routing. Continue the charge, chase them off the map. Their morale is so poor at this point that they cannot withstand anything. Huh. Right, let's go ahead and end the battle then, and go back to the campaign map and actually take a look at what the statistics of this battle actually is. Surprised actually how low my casualties were. Not even 300 compared to the enemy lost 2,200. That leaves 1,000 of them left. But I mean, all of those guys just ran away. Order of the Red Banner killed 880, only lost 46. Damn. That's pretty darn good. Highest losses occurred by one of the Red Banners, but that's probably the one right in the beginning that actually got hit by machine gun fire, and once we had to pull back there and kind of regroup. Worked out pretty well though in the end. I'm just stopped just short of actually attacking the town. We took out the what's it called? We took out the tanks. Yes. We took out the tanks. So that should be that should work out. Looks like they're gearing up for another offensive against the Polish. I wonder how that will go for them. And then we've got 3 turns left over here and 3 turns left over here. But all over, it's actually going pretty well. I kind of still want to see if what happens when we kind of, as we're gonna actually lose the campaign. Where is the no, took their objectives. So early November. So it's not a lot of turns left. I think we'll do one more. We can't keep doing too many because I'll run out of time in this episode and it'll be just campaign movements. But I want one more, just one more turn. Kind of lucky that I actually did that, but because we had something pretty interesting happen. So with all the empires now kind of collapsing under the weight of their crumbling budgets all over the place, Serbia actually emerged as a new nation. Interestingly enough, Serbia starts off with -1 public order. They're yeah, they're not even happy once they're in charge. Once they're back in charge. Is that's yeah? I was about to say reinforcement, but that's Ottoman, so they won't reinforce the. Damn, they've let these guys starve pretty badly. They went from, I think there's a... Are they 120 in one of those units, or is it 160? I don't know. But that's a lot of starving home guards. At the same time, the offensive against Poland, once again, kind of stalled for the Germans and the Austrians. Kind of no surprise, since units are down to like 50 men. Go ahead and lazy. Oh, this is an easy out resolve. Yeah, another territory falls to us. And then this army moves up here, and then yeah, another easy out resolve. And we've cut through Germany right now, like a Blitzkrieg, just pushing straight through. It's going pretty well, but I mean, I've got like, I think it's one turn, right? And then I would lose. Why don't we push it a little further and actually see if we lose or what happens really? Once more end turn. The Romanians decide to counterattack. I'm just gonna out-resolve this one. We lost 250 men while the enemy lost 2,000. And it remains under siege. Same with the Ottomans. They counterattack. But it's a similar situation over here, where we are in clear favor, according to the out-resolve. They had elite infantry. Why did they not attack as soon as the entire thing was about to kind of go down? We'll out-resolve here as well. We lost 400 men. But the enemy lost 1,300, so that halved their force that had actually left in the town to defend it. Germany wants a peace agreement. They realize that it's not going too well for them. The thing is, I've got the upper hand. Why should I stop? That's what I'm gonna give you, Kaiser. He's probably wishing that he did not send Lenin on his way to Russia right now. Poland once more counterattacks, cuts down lots of Austrian troops. Logistical expert, a trench specialist. Ooh, minus 50% to army movement range. What is... That trait is horrible. Command when defending on land. I don't know. So one more turn and then they fall, and they've got nothing really to stand against it. But the thing is, at this point, I mean, the video is probably way too long at this point. I don't know how I'm gonna cut it. We'll end it here, and it's gonna be a cliffhanger because we're gonna end Romania. We're gonna end Istanbul, leaving the Ottomans only in control of Greece. And then, I mean, I'm just one jump away from attacking Berlin, which is about to fall to revolution. Could be happening in Austria as well, in Vienna. Where's my aircraft? I want to just take a look. Are they also gonna fall to revolution? Damn, everything's falling to revolution. Interesting. Anyways, I think we'll end it off there. I'm gonna move you down to the road. Then you'll smash through these guys, take this, and Bob's your uncle. How wonderful it is. Anyways, with all of that said, I'm gonna end the episode right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!